Okay, today we're going to look at this ancient old riverbed in here. I'm grabbing samples off from it, and we'll see how we do on it. I was here just a little bit earlier this week and found some a little platinum picker in here, but if that's all there is, I'm not going to do much more with it. But we did find a little bit of gold, but not much. We're quite a high in elevation. We're about 300 feet above the creek bed right now. Now you see where my tools are at, right over in here. I've swept that whole face off, and I'm gathering the stuff that has crumbled off of that little ledge right there. And this old mountain, this old river was here way before the mountains were. It's an old ancient one. I don't know how long it's been here. I can't even tell you exactly what elevation we're at. I'll get all that and then post it with the video. But the point is that this old river channel in here, I found a little piece of platinum off from it. So now I'm going to do a little more investigating and find out just how much more is here, if there's any more or whatever, just to get a good sampling across this whole thing. And we're classifying it with a 1/4-inch classifier, and then I'm taking all the material home and I'll process it at home. So we'll set it up with a, I don't know if I'll use my high banker or my gold cube, but we'll set this up and we'll show you what that looks like running at home. This brush allows me to knock some of this stuff loose because it's kind of glued in there with some of the clay comes down from up above it. Nowhere can I get my foot stuck, so it doesn't keep moving. I'll bring the camera up here in a minute and show you what these little pockets look like. But what I'm hoping is that this all forms little riffles in here, and during normal weathering, stuff falling off of here gets trapped down here in these little riffles, and I'll be able to get a pretty good sample that way without having to mess with it too much. We'll see. I just finished cleaning these holes out, but they've still got stuff in them, but you can see the little pockets where the rocks used to be before they fell out of there, and they form perfect little riffles. So I thought, well, I'll just use that to do my sampling, and it'll tell me what's fallen off of those pieces. But you can see how that little slab of old riverbed is just kind of hanging there, slowly working its way downhill. And if you follow along around, you'll see that whole crack is like that. And this piece right in front of us is all probably about 8 feet long and 3 feet wide, and probably about 1.5 feet deep. And it's got a crack all the way across the top of it. That's why I didn't climb up there on top of that to look at anything. Anyway, it's different. It's cool. I like it. Look at it. Okay. I don't know if you can see that, but this is just like concrete. Some of it I can break up by hand. This is not too bad. But this is old. It's been here a long time. Baked out here in the sunlight, oxidized. That's why it's also dark and black. It's not wet. It hasn't been raining here. We haven't had any rain in here in Washington State in, a lot of months. Okay, we got about about a half a bucket from right in here. I think I'll be satisfied with that. Then we'll move over and we'll get another sample from over there. And then there'll be one over here behind me that we'll look at. So, let me get this down here where you can see it. And that's the material, whoops, that's the material that we're gathering. You can see the camera shadow in there. Sorry, I'll see if I can shadow the whole thing then. There we go. That should be a pretty decent picture. You can see it looks a lot like pea gravel with some real fine stuff in it. Got some biology in there, grass and sticks and stuff like that. Okay, well, next time we see that bucket, we'll be processing it. All right. Well, I don't know how well this is going to work, but we'll try it. See if we can get a video of me getting some of that sample up there off of that one. Bucket with a classifier right behind me here, so see if I can do this, get this in there without losing the sample. Kind of like trying to set up a bucket on a wall. After flower gold in here if I find some, all right, but I got lots of places to get flower gold. More interested in pickers and nuggets, if there's anything here, which I'm not sure there is. Well, that wasn't good. Okay, well, just more of this. Okay, the getting down far enough now where I probably just pick up a lot of that with a shovel, so I'll probably do some more, put some more shovel, big shovel, number 2 shovel, bucketfuls in there and run that. I've gotten up high about as far as I can get. Getting up into where it's real crumbly up there, and I'm afraid that'll bop loose. You can see there's a couple of big rocks in here. Wouldn't take much to knock them loose. I'm up here by myself, so by the time you see this on video, it'd be too late to send somebody to help me. All right. Okay, this is another part of that same bed of rock. And as you look at this, you can just see just how old that is. Look how dark and oxidized that is. Anyway, I'm gonna climb up there and see if I can get another sample off that. Just to the left of the bucket, right underneath the bucket, and then down from the bucket a little bit. So we'll see how we do. What a guy won't do for a prospecting sample, huh? Anyway. The screen does a pretty good job of catching stuff like this. This bigger stuff. This stuff right here is what's binding all those rocks together. And I'm kind of reluctant to throw that away, but I don't have a rock crusher at home to work with it, so going to grab a bigger sample and take a look. I know some folks over the local college that'll maybe run that and tell me how old it is, because I'd kind of like to know. Okay, let's go back and see if we can get one more sample. You can see that this chunk that I'm cleaning off right here is a separate chunk, and there's a big piece up above it that's got a big crack in it, and this looks like the two of them have busted loose from each other and are sliding downhill and are stacking up on each other. So it could be that that's what's going on here. I mean, I'm looking at it and I can see a number of different cleavage lines in here. There's some going this way, and then if I look back over this way, there's another one going up and down right here. So this is a real interesting little bed in here. It goes for about not quite 1.5 miles, but it goes quite a ways downhill. And this real ancient bed in here, I'll just have to try and see if I can get a sample of it and take it in one of the colleges and have them see if they can tell me what age it is. Anyway, real interesting. We're going to continue to clean. I'm going to grab some more material off of right up there on the right side of that ladder. So we'll come back. Okay, that's about all the sample we're going to get off the top of this. We probably get a little off the bottom down there where it's sloughed off, so I'll get a shovel and we'll pluck some of that up. Just take some of this right in here off. There'll be a sample of some of that stuff that's sloughed off there that I couldn't get, so we'll take a little bit of that, not much. Then we'll see if we can't get some rock samples to take in and have checked. All right, we're back. We're in the yard. I'm in my backyard, and I'm going to run this material, and I'm going to put it in my gold cube. It's all set up and running here. Rather than watch me feed this, you all have seen this before. So what I'm going to do is run this for just a little bit so you get a feel for what it looks like. I'll change the angle of the camera so it's down a little bit, pointing at the screen, or down here at the plate. And you can see how fast I'm feeding this. I'm feeding it pretty slow so that the cold cube can pick up the material. So let me put another scoopful in there. I don't know if you can see how light that is, but it's very dry. A lot of biology in it, a lot of pine needles and pieces of wood and stuff floating down there in my recirculation tub. I'll show you what we got set up here. All right, so I'll come back. Okay, this is what the material looks like on the slick plate. Put a little more on there. And I'm feeding this pretty slow. I'm not doing it very fast. I'm a little afraid of dry material getting wetted, but I just checked it going through there, and it's doing pretty well down below. You feed it back and forth like this so it doesn't build up on one side or the other side of the cube and blind it all off. We're going to run about 2 gallons of material, then I'll shut it down, and or not shut it down, but I'll have to dump my my bucket down below. Otherwise it gets so heavy you can't pick it up. I can see some sparkles in there, so I think that we do have some mica in there. Well, I'm going to be doing this all day, and I'll come back and show you guys the rest of it. Let me show you how many buckets we got. We got the one I'm working in. Plus those 3 right there. They're all about half full, so it's not a lot of material. But it's going to take me the better part of the day at the rate I'm feeding this. And you can see the amount of material building up down there in my tub. So I'll probably have to shut down and clean that out after a bit. But anyway, that 2-gallon bucket there is about ready to dump, so I'm going to take care of that. And we'll run the rest of this, and then we get down to the cleanup. I'll show you what that looks like. Well, I'm about halfway through, and that water is getting so dirty, and the pump's having trouble pumping. So I think what I'm going to do is shut down, do another cleanup, and then put some fresh water in the recirculation and see what I can do from there. But yeah, it's getting, you can see how dark that's getting. That's just, it's almost like chocolate right now. It's still water, it'll probably still work, but it's getting down there. So we'll have to clean up, and then we'll try it again. Okay, so now we're going to start cleaning it up. Got run my last bucket. So here we go. I don't know if you guys have ever seen me do this before, but if you haven't, this will be something more for you to look at. So this is the slick plate. I don't expect to have much of anything on it. Top tray. Got a little bit of rock and stuff in there. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm just going to clean one tray and show you what that looks like. You see getting a lot of clay and dirt out of there with that. This tub that I'm using is a cement tub. If you don't have one, they're real useful for helping to clean up. You can buy them at Lowe's or Home Depot or one of those places. They're not too expensive. I've forgotten what the price is on them, but they're a lot cheaper than buying them at a mining shelf. These trays on the Gold Cube hold material so well that you almost have to use a full force on it. You can't get by with just a little bit of force and a scrub brush. You really want to clean one up right. There we go. Not exactly super clean, but not bad. I'll wait for that to dry a little bit, and then I'll come back and hit it again. There's still some stuff in here. Yeah, better hit that again. There we go. All done. All right, well, I got 2 more to do and then clean up my tub. So I'll get all that cleaned up, and then we'll pan this out and see what we got in there. Okay, here's our concentrates. I've panned a little bit of it down. I thought I was on record. Evidently the camera had shut off, so I didn't catch it. But we're right down to, I don't know if you can see that, but that's just a mass of black sand in there. I got a whole pile of really fine gold in there, and I'll bet you it's coming from the beach gold that I ran at the beach. It's either that or I found a mother lode of really small flower gold up there on that hillside, which I don't think. I didn't see any evidence of this real fine gold in there the last time I looked. There was some fine gold in the stuff that we found, but more importantly I didn't find any platinum, and I was looking for pickers and nuggets. I didn't find any of that. This is all high mountain gold. I don't know if you can see that gold all along that streak and back in the pan over here. This stuff is fine enough. I'm gonna have to take it and put it on the miller table to get it out of there. Although I'm getting some of it out. Just get over here where I can see what you're looking at. Right up in here is all fine gold dust. I think that's probably from the beach though. That's all that real fine stuff. They're starting to float. Need to put some soap in there, but probably what I'll do is just save all this and run it on the miller table. But I don't see any platinum in there, which is what we were looking for. So I think it's a no joy. We found an awful lot of fine gold, but I think that gold came from the beach. That's what I used in that. That's what I ran in that cube last time. That stuff is really hard to get out. It's yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where that's come from. I don't see anything in there of anything of any size. It's all real fine, like what's at the beach. Well, all right. Panning techniques work. The other thing that's interesting is the amount of black sand that was in that sample. Quite a bit. All right, well, it's always nice to find out. That's why they call it prospecting. All right, yeah, I'll have a good day.